Hello everyone, this is TurboCop here, and today we're going to be covering a little analytical viewpoint of what's it called? King of the Hill Kong King. So Koth Kong King. Boy, that's a tongue twister if I've ever heard one. So Koth Kong Queen is a great map made by 3D who also made Koth Lakeside, which is another good King of the Hill map. It's a little bit open for my taste, but I think he took that criticism to heart here, and like this map is just absolutely gorgeous. It was dropped with shortly after the Triad pack, right before the Man vs. Machine mode pack was dropped. And yeah, it's just, in my opinion, it's probably one of the best, if not the best, King of the Hill maps out there right now. So let's cover it. I'm going to go ahead and put, bam, right up there, a little map. I found that on R-True-TF2 of the pathways you can take around Kong King. So yeah, Kong King is not what's called, it's radially symmetric, which means that the red side is just like the blue side, only rotated 180 degrees. It's not flipped over some axis. So yeah, basically that means that the red's left side is the same as the blue's left side, and the red's right side is the same as the blue's right side. So you don't have to remember that, oh okay, the big hill, that part over here, is on the right side if you're blue and the left side if you're red. No, it's all same if you're red or blue. So you can just remember left and right in this map. So there are 5 main options for getting to the main point. We're going to cover those first. Option number, oh, first of all, let's talk about the spawn point out here. You've got standard 3 doors now, as popularized by Nucleus, and sort of done in, what's that snow map called? That's who's eluding me right now. Viaduct, of course. Koth Viaduct has 2, but they really need a 3rd door like this one. So this one goes out to your right, kind of a sneaky door. You can get out of here pretty easily, but it's only a 1-man door, so if they're sitting back over here, you're pretty screwed. Of course, there's the main exit, way right into the open middle corridor of the of your buffer zone. And you can see a lot from here, but can be spammed from up here. So if you are getting spammed from up here, that's what this upper deck over here is for. And it's also really good for getting to our left options over here that I'm going to be covering for getting to the point. So option 1 is the longest option. It involves cutting over here to the left, down from the spawn room, cutting down here. Make note, there's a small health pack and a big ammo pack back here. Up here to the big escalator. You can double jump onto it as a scout like that. It takes a little bit longer than you might necessarily need, and jump onto the hut over here. Now this takes the longest, so you should expect someone to be here at this flanking low HP health pack by the time you get here, if they decided to take that option over there. The reason this is a really great option is because it's very easy. Yeah, you can see where I was practicing earlier. It's very easy to rocket jump up here, and then to rocket jump across, and at least get onto this platform, if not the main hut platform that defines the control point. We'll go over all the mid stuff in a minute, though. Okay, option number 2 involves, instead of going on the left here and continuing down, which takes longer to the flank route, you come over here into this left side garage. Now this is like the foundry turn. It's very similar. Huge turn here, so like spam. If they have the point, this is a very dangerous path to go through, because stickies could be right here, rockets could be right here, a pyro could be sitting right here with this shotgun out, and you'd never see him, and he could throw you against the wall right here and you'd die, no problem. There's no health anywhere around here, so this is only useful when you know that they're going to be over far back here, or focusing down this middle lane right here, which is your main option. So this is really good for flanking. Take it with probably scouts, maybe some heavy could do really well, and pyro, of course, because he can reflect all the projectiles that can get spammed down here. But overall, take it if you feel like you can get the flank off correctly. So your main option, this can be pulled from the left side here or the mid area, is to either go up, down this past the bus. The bus conveniently blocks the spawn point, so it's not an easy snipe shot down here. You can either go up here, fastest way to the point, and you have some crazy sniper lines here. Snipers can shoot right down here and pick off people coming from the other stairs very easily. And this is usually heavily spammed. It's only a 1.5 person size choke point for a whole staircase. It can be very hard to deal with. You can jump up here on this sign too, so if you're owning the point, you can go ahead and push in and stand on top of here. And of course you can stand on the bus. And the easy way to get on the bus as a scout is to come down here, jump on the boxes, double jump onto the bus. It'll take some practice, but it can be done pretty quickly if you get good. And I don't think you can. Yeah, you can't jump on those. So anyways, this is the fastest way onto the point, out into the main foyer area. but it's of course the most dangerous. That's option 3, your most used option, although most oftenly probably the wrongly chose option for getting to the point. Option 4 involves either falling from the left here, deciding you don't like the left flank and you've lost it, cutting through the back here after picking up health and going through the tunnel, or deciding you want to go through the tunnel in the first place. Great for, you can see there's a small health, there's a medium health pack and a small ammo pack. But in the back here, there's a medium ammo pack. And even though there's 1, 2, and of course the whole open area where people could drop down into here with, in your subway zone, even though there's like tons of ways into here, I believe a sentry gun right here, back here is a nice way to hide a sentry gun. All along here, it's a great way to lock down your subway, and you can actually get a forward teleporter here. So long as you can make sure no one can drop down into this subway, you can drop it, say right here, and as long as your sentry gun in the dead end zone over here, there's no point to here except to hide teleporters and sentry guns and things like that, so that people don't notice them. So that's really useful. And of course, from the subway zone, run up ditch point right onto the point here. So this is great for pyros. Obviously, a very closed area, especially pushing into the point. Engineers, I feel like, should always go down here. I feel like this should be the main area for engineers to try and contest. If it weren't for one thing that we're going to get to really soon. So that's your subway zone. And finally, the last option, the most aggressive side option you have, is the right route over here. Now the left side was very safe. You got lots of high ground. You got boxes and things. But the right side gives you a full health pack. Huge to get that full health pack. Try and use classes who are going to take advantage of that. Soldiers, demos, heavies in particular. Come right out here where you can see into the enemy subway, and pop out here. You can see the enemy escalator along with their little hut. A heavy right here can do lots of damage. Interestingly enough, because of this top way up here, it's kind of hard to jump straight onto the point from here, even though it's not that far. It's a little hard to get there. You need to move out into your foyer a little bit to get there. But here is an aggressive spot, and the reason why it's aggressive is because even though you can get here a little bit faster than most classes, than most other walkways, if someone's already here, they control the health pack, and they can come in from below you with the subway here. And they have a medium health pack they can fall back to, and you have to go all the way back for your full health pack. You lose control of the foyer entirely. But that big health pack really does help out. A heavy planted right here or up here, great use of locking down these flanking health packs right here. Okay, so that covers all the main areas. Of course, if you're a little confused as to where you are, just look up. Tons of blue signs on the blue side, tons of red signs on the red side. Look for little Chinese lanterns as well. They look really nice, by the way. It's one of my favorite aspects of this entire map. And of course, in the background, you can see these giant neon lit red and blue signs up there. It looks very nice. This map is gorgeous, guys. I don't think a TF2 map has ever been this good looking before. Like, this looks like a stylized Chinese subway system and, you know, central market hub. It looks fantastic. So anyways, back here in this foyer area, your main goal is to control your health pack on your left side, and this is the aggressive health pack that mirrors it on the opposite side. If you can control these health packs, you can control both your enemy's foyer area. So if you can hold on to this over here, blocking off this area right over here, and keeping them back out of this foyer, you own the point. Easier said than done. Soldiers and demomen, obviously very good on this map. They can rocket jump on top of the central cap point here and spam down the main central shaft. And we'll go ahead and switch to soldier to show it off real quick, actually. So I've been practicing my jumps, but I'm not the best jumper in the world. By the way, did anyone else notice? Added music to the character select screen, absolutely needed. Absolutely makes the game just a little bit better in terms of fluff. So if you're getting pressured, that was too high of a jump, but you get the idea. Your bus does a really good job of keeping people off of your staircase if they're coming in, so stay on your bus. But once you make it up these stairs here, Easy jump onto the hut here. Easy spam into the second option and to the main third option. You can see every way that they can come into the point except for the subway system. And the subway system, you just have to go off to your right side. Remember, right is dangerous, left is safe. So you just go off to the right side over here, which is where their subway system pops out. And you can only see about halfway into it, but you can see so much of everything here. Like, everyone has to come by you for you to fight you here. Of course, most of your spam is going to be focused on these two spots. They're either to be coming through 2 or through 3. But if they try to rush through 4, be sure to spam them out. They can't rocket jump over onto here, so they should definitely be trying to get onto one over here. Make sure if you can't get onto the hut, make sure to use your hut appropriately. You spam out, you take a bit of hits, and if you lose health, just drop down here, run over, health right over here. And then, of course, when you're down here, surprise jump right on top of the hut. So everything, it's a battle of the hut on this map, really. Own the hut, and you'll win the point, controlling the foyer area. But also, it's a battle of these side flanking health packs. The health is so far away in this map, for the most part, that these tiny health packs are very vital, with the exception of your subway system. And of course, remember, if you drop down into the right side, so make sure to spend your time a little bit farther on the left side if you can. But if you drop down on the right side, you have to walk this entire distance into your enemy territory. At this point, you can get flanked from here or here. So of course, someone could just come up behind you here looking for the health pack as well. And to get back into the fight, you have to go straight up their stairs, which is suicide almost always. Or you have to walk all the way back around. Now, of course, if you can get to this big health pack, that's another huge boon. This big health pack, I feel like, helps the attackers more than it ever helps the defenders. If you are able to push out and get the foyer point, or the main point, and get them out of the foyer, and they can't see you coming, it's kind of a long way. But just a quick rocket jump over and through this room. Takes a decent amount of time, but there's a full health pack right here for you. And once you're at this full health pack and you're in the enemy spawn area, spam out 2 sides of them and force them to go down their safe side. And of course, if you stay about here, you should be able to back up fairly evenly. Pick up the big health pack, and everything about that fight has been reset. This big health pack respawns pretty fast. Let's look it up on the wiki real quick. Oh, it doesn't say, but we should time it. Alright, I'm timing it for myself so we can talk about it later. Yes, that was about 12-15 seconds, I'd say. Not bad at all. Basically, a time for one fight. Then you can hopefully you survive the whole fight. Then you can fall back and it'll be quick to respawn at that point. Of course, you can jump on their bus, force main engagements here, or if you come from their foyer, you own all of it. Cutting over through here is usually a huge battle. But if you have an Uber, this is a great place to Uber right in here. Force them out of their spot. You can jump up onto their what's the word here? Facade, ceiling thing, overhang. Oh, it's an overhang. You just go on the overhang there. It's a good way to stay above them, and then you can stay even above them here. Spam down on them from here. So you have basically a 3-prong attack that you can choose from once you've taken the point and you want to aggressively hold and stay forward. So yeah, I think this feels like the first Highlander, or at least the first Highlander considered Koth map. And the reason is just because engineers are way stronger than they normally are. Soldiers and demo men can own the point very well, as they normally can, but it feels like it's been specialized for them this time. And snipers don't have incredible sightlines, but they have pretty good sightlines, so we'll discuss those. If you roll out through 3 here in the main area, you can see that it's the enemy. That's the enemy staircase right there. You can shoot through these bushes, and you have to go all the way up the stairs to see the aggressive flank. over there, and you kind of have to really move out of your way to see the safe flank. That's just from the stairs. You can pretty much stay down, stay low. You can see all of the roof up there, so you can defensively snipe from there, or you can aggressively snipe down through there, down through the stairs. But if you roll out on the right side, your main sniper spot is right here. You can see almost all of the subway. They can still hide, but there are lots of indents they can hide in, but they won't be getting up the subway stairs to get onto the point at all. Or you can go up here aggressively and look down their safe lane, or of course above them too. You can also see their house over here, which is really nice. And if you're on the safe side, near your escalators, generally want to be down here. You really can't see that much. You can sort of peek aggressively out here if you're getting pushed in on, and you don't have the point. You can look down here. So your main options are the right area and the middle area. You don't want to be sniping in the subway. And the subway is death, obviously. And of course, the reason the engineers are so great on this map is there are mini sentry positions that are absurdly good. So let's open that. So let's open up generally what a normal Highlanders engineer would be running, something like this. A gunslinger. Maybe he'll have a Wrangler, but he'll generally have a shotgun, or maybe a Widowmaker or a Frontier Justice, depends on his style of play. This is generally be it. It's kind of hard to get good teleporter positions. I kind of like this one here on the right, just to drop it out there. It's kind of hard to see most of the time. You're not really focusing on it unless you're pushing on the left here. But anyways, you go up the stairs here, and the sentries can see over these little tiny ridges here that provide, you know, sort of semi-cover here. They can't see over the bigger plants in the back, but they can see over the ridges. So this is a great spot. This can see
moving out
up into the point, no problem, and very hard to shoot. It's very hard to get an angle on it. Of course, you can be really aggressive, just go right on the point. That's a lot easier to see. You can put it right next to the side, and now all of a sudden you can shoot the hut up there. Maybe a little bit farther back, it might be needed. And all of a sudden you can see onto their hut, and you're protecting the roof.
Moving out.
You can move aggressively out here. No problem. Put a little indentation back here. And unless they're shooting from all the way on the other side of the map, you'll be able to catch anyone out here.
I'm moving this.
Of course, being in the subway is really nice. If you're in the aggressive subway, you can place one right here. Generally get a good view on the entire subway area, and you can see a bit on the point. Of course, that's aggressively forward. If you want to be as aggressive as possible, it's probably right about here. A little bit to the left.
Backing up.
Once you have the point though, and you want to be aggressive, you have a few options. One of my favorite is set up by the bar or the shop, depending on what side you're on. Back here is very nice. They come out through the left here. Ooh, I'm losing frames. They come out through the left here. They're gonna get shot over here on the right, and it's gonna hit them as they're turning over here. Very, very nice. While they're probably being focused on this side as well, because it's a safe line.
Backing up.
You could set up right here, really aggressively. They'll be able to see it, but the people coming up the main stairs will have to turn to deal with it, and they won't be able to see the point anymore. You can be forward and straight about it. Just put it right between the plants right here. Works out pretty well. Sometimes if they don't see it coming. And when you're really, really kicking their stuff in, I prefer this spot right here. Generally, people don't expect an attack from their right side over here. They generally want to go into the subway here, and then the sentry gun comes and really harasses them to death. You've got the little small ammo pack right here, so you have a chance of building 3 sentry guns if you can last a while, instead of normally 2 minis.
Backing up.
Between the bus is not as great as people think it is, because it doesn't get a lot of good arc coverage on them. And of course, if you can get a sentry gun up in their spawn.
That was
say right here. You can shoot through these bars here, and yeah, it'll mess them up pretty easily.
I'm moving this.
So that's sort of my my overview of Koth King. Pretty really gorgeous map. Very fun. NGs are very good on this map, and so are soldiers and demos. So heavy is who's not great on this map? Well, I think Spy has a hard time, even though there are lots of routes. Everything's very focused, so he can have a hard time, you know, hiding in plain sight as he can usually do. He can usually hide around a corner, but because of how big the main area is, it can be very hard for a Spy to get around without being spotted. I find that Scout does just fine, but Heavy has a problem dealing with all the height advantage that people can get over him, and all the flanking opportunities they can take as well. So like right here, he can take some free damage, get hit by snipers. Very tough to deal with that. If he comes out on the safe side here, he has the health pack, but still he can get sniped from down there, or through the turn bend over there. Heavy's great at holding the point once you have it, but when you're actually assaulting, I feel like he has problems. Scout does fairly well. Overall, almost every class does fairly well. I just think Heavy needs some sort of extra health pack, or maybe I'm just not abusing the health packs I have right now enough. But that's just sort of my opinion on the map. Tell me what you think in the comments. I'll be getting back to casting games today, and that was my coverage of Koth King. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you guys next time.